Okay, I'm just gonna do one video that encompasses this entire Jeep. I've had this thing for 3 years. It's taken me a long time to get it built up to where it is right now. It's unfortunate it's got to go, but I'm growing my business and I have a lot of money wrapped up in it. So I know I'm not going to get exactly what I have in it, which is almost 50,000 bucks actually. This thing costed a lot, but we didn't spare any expense when we did it. It's absolutely breathtaking. People, there's nobody out there that hasn't ever just fell in love with this thing and whatnot. So this is the back side of it. I just ended up here when I was done with the photos. So there's a lot of photos in this video as well, and I'm going to give you every spec, and then I'm sure I'm going to forget stuff as well. But it's a 94 Jeep Wrangler YJ, and that's about it. It's as far as what's still a Jeep on it. There's a lot of other stuff on it. It's got and they're all high-end parts. I mean, we're talking worn, you know, there's not cheap Smitty built stuff. This is worn front and rear bumpers, swing out tire carriers. It's a JL Audio full sub and amp system in the back here, Eclipse sound system up top. It's got a full roll cage on it, and up and around here it's got gauges over here. Sorry, I got people talking around me. And then so it's full cage on it, as you can see, beautiful cage tied into the factory roll bar with the extensions that go up to the front, and also a full cage around the front glass. So super protected, full carpet kit, completely lined tub, professionally done. One of the coolest things about this Jeep that differs it so much from the other stuff that you see out there is, while a lot of it's not a Jeep, a lot of it still is. We did the interior is all Jeep stitched, so meaning that it's leather seats, original seats, but it's got leather over it, and they were all professionally done to match the original stitching that was in the Jeep, which is awesome. The red matches the red and black match the outside of the Jeep. So let me get the back closed. The hardtop is painted to match. Glass here, defrost wiper. You got your tailgate here, all in good shape. Everything closes, locks right, all the same keys and everything. Swing out tire carrier, again, this is the worn. These things run about 1,200 bucks on their own. That guy goes there, locks in place. Nice tires, wheels matching, everything like that. 33-inch tires. This is the matching spare to it. Let's see, let me get my key here. And then you got all the matching wheels on it. This is actually, I said that wrong though. It is a 33-inch tire in the rear, but it's not a matching tire. It's the MTR in the back, but it is a matching wheel. And the wheels are all in good shape. One of them's got a little bit of scratches in it. But frame, it's rust-free, top to bottom. I'll get under it here and show you that. Let me finish the interior actually. So again, this is that stitched factory stitching to match the original. Center console actually is the original, and then you got the roll cage I told you about here and everything. It's got factory AC. Now, what I was saying when it's not a Jeep, it's got a factory GM installed 350, and it's a professional job. There's not a lick of badness on this thing. Well, badness in a good way, but not in a bad way on this thing. They plumbed it all through the original factory AC, which is super cool, and that all works great. It blows ice cold. All the gauges are all original minus the RPM gauge. It's the only one that's not the factory gauge there. The shifter here is it goes to the 700 transmission that's in it. The only thing that's a little quirky on is my shifter here. I had an Atlas in it at one time, but since I've never off-roaded, I actually pulled that out, went back to MP231 in it, and then just put the linkage in this stuff. So this is a little bit, I mean, it's nice and solid, but that's going to need a little bit of an adjustment. But it does shift into full drive and two-wheel drive and all that stuff, so you're good there. The factory panels are still in good shape. All that. The motor itself, after we did the build, it's got, I mean, really probably 5,000 miles on it, if that. I didn't really drive this thing around all that much in the last few years once we got it rolling. It's just kind of been a project ever since, just getting it all perfect and whatnot. So the paint is near perfect, if not perfect. There's a couple spots on it that just over the course sitting outside. This side's not it. There's a side that got a little bit of paint there, but I'll show you that. You're not going to have any surprises with this thing. Roof is in good shape, no hail damage. There's a little bit right there where they set it up, the original guys set it up against the frame, and then there's a ding over there. I'll show you, but that's it. I mean, this thing is absolutely breathtaking. Absolutely rust-free, 100% lick of rust on it. It's always been a high mountain Jeep. It's got the Ford 8.8 in the rear, so Super Duty heavy-duty suspension, slip yoke eliminator coming out the back with a custom-built drive shaft. There's your transmission. Everything's up through there, and then you got your 350 sets there. Shackle reverse kit put on it, as well as spring over axle, disc brakes on the front, drum on the rear, and other than that, I think that pretty much takes it up here. Whatnot, and I'll get that right there. That bracket is for an anti-sway. What we did is reinforce the rear spring and made it a little stiffer instead of putting that on it, but that would be my next thing I would do instead. And Super Duty heavy duty axle, so not gonna have any problems with that guy ever. And all through here, custom belly pan under it. And then you got new shocks, front and rear. Ramsey winch on the front. As you'll see here, as I walk farther back from it, I don't know when this happened, but it was fairly recent. It's got a little bit of a ding on it. I don't know if you can even catch it, but it's right there. Other than that, that thing is ready to rock. Let's do a overall video. Video doesn't show it to be as bright as it is, but it is a very, very bright cherry or fire engine red, as I like to call it. It does have the worn matching front bumper, again with that Ramsey winch that I have the controller in the back for. And it starts and runs just absolutely phenomenal. I have cruised it down the interstate and done 70 in it. It has no problems doing that. It does not have track bars under it. I didn't really build it to do, I mean, it absolutely will wheel, and it'll do incredible wheeling, but I just built it more for a show Jeep. So personally, the flares on these things, these Renegades, aren't something I was willing to sacrifice, and you will sacrifice them if you wheel heavy in these things, unless you get it limiting straps and everything else. You can build them so they do, but this was mainly just a grocery getter or pavement princess, whatever you want to call them. But it absolutely can take anything you throw at it, I assure you of that. Okay, so that does this justice. Let me pop this engine compartment, which I didn't get cleaned up, but you'll see how beautiful this thing came out. If you've ever seen a V8 swap in one of these, this is the way it should have been done. This thing was extremely expensive to get built this way, but it was the right way, and it's not going to have any problems in it later, which is key in these things. So we got the power brake set up, huge power brake, so this can haul this thing around and stop it. There's that engine. I mean, absolutely, just the one thing they didn't do, which that we just never had the chance to get done, was put a better shroud on it. We just put just a cheap shroud, made do with what we had on it. But even the original jacks in this thing, you got your Chevy 350, absolutely beautiful job. I mean, just fantastic. No bird's nest wires, nothing goofy on this thing. So there's your AC, and again, they plumbed it all right into that original AC, and it's all controlled, which is awesome with the original Jeep stuff. So let me fire this bad boy up and let you hear her. She's every time I come out here and look at it, and everybody else that comes out, I don't have straps in these doors. I need to put them back on, but make them so they don't open up all the way. Okay, so key in, and I'll show you. No gas. There's the pedals down there. Absolutely no. It's fuel injected, so don't have to worry about that. And Come back up. Did I not get the right key in it? I just have the wrong key. Give me 1 second here. Put it in my pocket. So many Jeeps sitting around. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Back in it. Now. Alright. So everything works on it like it should. Those lights come on to show you they work, and then they'll turn off once we go. Remember, it's an automatic, so we don't need the clutch and we don't need any gas because it's fuel injected. Fires right up, literally. And this is cold. Matter of fact, you can see the temp there. It's been sitting here for a few hours. I had it out earlier, but fuel gauge works. Even the original clock works. How cool is that? Those things usually give away. There's your oil pressure. That's great oil pressure, obviously. And battery gauge. All the gauges work. Let's go through the heater now. Heat over. Now this is just the heater. If you're not used to an old YJ, the heater and AC, they work separately. Okay? So you got heat. You hear it blowing out. Okay? It's already hot. You can turn on vent. And that's just your vent there. And I don't hear the blower on the vent. Man. So no vent on it right now. There's your defrost. You can hear that kick on. That's the important thing. And then off there, and then cool here. Oh, maybe that's what. Yeah, put it on my switch. So, okay, I got the vent to work. You just have to put it there. Okay, so everything on this thing is good. Now, vent is not AC. That's just cool. It's just coming from the outside. AC's down here. Hear that kick on? Probably seen some stuff blow out of it. These are your levels of coolness here. Okay, you adjust these in. This is how cool it gets. The engine hasn't quite warmed up, so I'm turning that off right now. Here's your ashtray or penny holder. Never been smoked in. Doesn't even have a cigarette lighter in it. So now the sound system, absolutely phenomenal. Okay, there's your tail lights on there. No problem. And then you got your headlights here. Put those on. Both headlights work, see? Okay. I got a loose lens there. I need to screw that back in tight. And brake, it doesn't actually, the e-brake's not on right now. The lever needs to be replaced. If we pull up here, see that'll go off. That shows you the brights are on. That's what that is. Click that off. That'll go off there. But that's all controlled with this guy, and it's just two loops down here. So I'm going to turn down the stereo. Now, let's go back to show you the back end of it. Smoke or anything like that. Great shape. And then the engine, beautiful. See, no rough idle, no nothing. I already said what I had in this thing. I know I'm not going to get that out of it. If I get half of it out of it, I'll be happy. Ton of torque. You can just see the whole thing lift up. Alright, so let's do this. Let's close this down. Nice and gentle. Alright, that back there. Okay, everything shuts good. Alright. And this video is a lot longer than I normally make these, but I'm low on battery and light, so. Alright. So again, this is just the pedal down here. Everything works still. We're gonna go into drive. Let that focus there for a second. And then off we go. not going to go too far on this because this county road, they kind of blast through it in the nighttime. But I wanted to show you it moved and everything, which is important. I'll show you reverse here in a second. I'll turn around here. These things are amazing because nice tight turns. Look at that thing, like literally turn just on a dime. It's awesome. So absolutely awesome. Okay, that does it. Email me, call me, whatever you want to do. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, things that I will get fixed on it before it leaves here is I will get either a new brake assembly, so that turns off for you, put on it. I will tinker with this four-wheel drive if I get what I'm kind of thinking out of it. I'll get that done. Otherwise, you can tinker with that. It works fine and everything. Four-wheel drive, you know, it's basically shift on the fly. It goes right up into it. That might, yep. So now we're in high, 4 high, and then neutral, and then all the way up 4. This is low range now. So this will do the job. But you can now you can see and you can hear it, how much more torquey this thing is, and you'll see the wheel kind of bouncing here as we turn this bad boy. I don't want to get it muddy down here because there's a ton of mud, but I'll show you it's in four-wheel drive. Okay, that does it, I believe. Again, my loss is somebody else's gain. You'll never find another one like this, I assure you. And yeah, so good luck.